Self-obsession isn't vanity, it's survival. Hi guys, welcome back to Clare's Kingdom, where we talk facts, walk fears, and remind the world that well-behaved women rarely make history.
You wake up, house up, run around in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond, this rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Okay guys, we are here with another great topic. Beauty as an expression. Some people turn to substances, some people are obsessed with gaming, some people love to play sports. Many of us and others like to engage in makeup, in glamour, in creating an image, fashion, beauty, makeup, all these lovely things. So this video is just to break down the idea that beauty, women who love beauty, women who love to glamorize themselves, they love to smell good, they like to look good, they invest in themselves, they invest in their hair, their nails, their skincare. A lot of the time it does not stem from vanity or wanting to look better than someone or wanting to, necessarily attract a partner, even though those things can be part of it. But a lot of the time we don't talk about the fact that sometimes putting yourself together or looking your best is a way to actually cope with life. And I know this may be a controversial take because a lot of the time people assume when someone's going through it, a lot of the time people assume they'll be maybe a bit less put together, less polished, even bummy looking, you can say, or, just not taking a much pride or effort in your appearance. But a lot of the time, at least in my experience and from what I've seen, a lot of the time beauty is a way to alchemize pain. It's a way to put the ugly feelings, to put the ugly experiences into something beautiful. And I'm not talking about the crazy surgeries and the crazy, life altering appearance changes, even though people can do what they want. Like, this is not a video for me to police people or women. You can do what you like, but I'm just talking about the simplicity of loving to put on makeup, experiment different looks, wearing bright colors, investing in your weight goals, going to the gym, eating good. And like I said, a lot of the time people expect when someone is going through pain, maybe even depression or even mental health issues, people expect it to be a chaotic thing. But sometimes, especially high functioning individuals, which I definitely resonate with, we tend to turn on things that from the outside can be very seen as just normal everyday things, but we take it up a notch. So yeah, like I said, some people express themselves through music, lyrically, through sports, through substances, binge watching, or even binge eating. But some of us perfect their beauty regimens, aka alchemy. And this links back to my video I made about the paradox of being beautiful and yet sad. Go watch that. But yeah, personally, focusing on beauty, focusing on my regimens was something that really did carry me through some of the darkest times of my life. And one thing I used to joke about, especially at the time, was the fact that if I can't control anything in my life, I'm sure going to look good. Like, if I don't know when the stability or the certainty is going to come from, I just knew, you know what, I can control how I look. I can control how I do my hair. I can control my makeup. I can control looking good. And I think it's a very great way to alchemize your pain or alchemize negative emotions, and learning to just leaning to your look or even discovering your signature look. And like I said, it was something that felt like one of the things I can control. Also, just to add to that, I think this is a great time to mention the fact that this is why you should never look at women who you may see as, gorgeous, beautiful, glamorous, maybe even feel feelings of jealousy towards them. Like I said, Marilyn Monroe, thinking about people like Marilyn Monroe, beauty, sometimes someone pouring into their beauty is a way for them to alchemize their pain. And this is why a lot of women who tend to be the most beautiful and gorgeous women in the world, they tend to be so radiant, so eye-catching, have big presence, because they literally pour into themselves. Like, they intentionally create a character, and not necessarily to just cosplay, but mostly just to tap into the positivity in themselves, especially when you've gone through or you've had a hard life or you've had disappointment, you've had heartbreak. As a woman, especially a powerful woman, and if you see, you've probably observed this even in media or shows and movies, the protagonists, the beautiful woman, the smart woman, a lot of the time they put their energy either into their work, into their business, into their looks, especially the looks, because it's one of the many things, or one of the few things in life we can control. And this is why I encourage you ladies to even lean into that. Of course, not in an unhealthy way or not to the extremes, but sometimes expressing yourself through your beauty is definitely a way to alter your brain chemistry towards feelings of positivity. And of course, sometimes it can even be a way to cover up maybe the pain or things happening underneath. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to still alchemize that. And like anything that we do too much of course, it can become unhealthy. It can become that sort of lifeline. But honestly, I think it's a great way, especially if done reasonably, I think it's an amazing way to perfect or master your physical appearance. And I think especially the sooner you start, the better you get. So the time you get to a certain point, certain age or whatever, you've already perfected that part of life, or that hairstyle, your hair, your makeup, your skincare. It's definitely a great way to master yourself. So yeah, when I say self-obsession isn't vanity, it's survival, I mean it quite literally. Like some people, that's literally the only thing that they can do. Not to say there's not other things going on, but sometimes expressing yourself through beauty is a lovely way, or a healthier way, to express yourself. And I'm definitely one of those people who would never show what I'm going through. Like you will never look at me and know what I'm going through or what I've been through. And I think that's the goal, especially if you want to be perceived as a powerful person, a powerful woman, always having it together, that queen energy, never letting your crown slip, never allowing that sadness or weakness to seep through. And some may call this toxic, some may say it's a coping mechanism, or maybe you should go to therapy. Hey, maybe that's true, I don't know, but this is just my take on this topic. Make sure you guys comment down below your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies,